Thousands of Peruvians build their lives far from home. They are born abroad, they make families, and sadly they also pass away. Until recently, recording these vital events was a slow manual process, full of risks for their identities. A procedure that could take 30 days or more, forcing them to travel or to face many corrections. But this reality was about to change.
The project aims to automate civil registers in the Peruvian consulates. Approximately 115 consular registration offices worldwide will capture and store information through a new technological and operational strategy for the registration of births, marriages, deaths, and civil status modifying acts, among other registration procedures. It highlights online data validation and information availability, enabling the issuance of certified copies of registration records through the integrated civil registry and microform system implemented in the consulates.
Due to the interinstitutional cooperation agreement between the Registro Nacional de Identificación y Estado Civil and the Ministerio de Relaciones Exteriores, signed on March 23, 2018, working meetings began to establish the agenda to be developed. However, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, activities were halted because of the restrictions established at the national and international levels. Subsequently, RENIEC resumed the working meetings under virtual conditions to develop the activity agenda and formed a work team to begin project management in April 2022. The first implementation was at the Patterson Consular Office, which was completed in December 2022.
Civil records in most consular offices worldwide are not integrated, creating a high probability of lost, manipulated, or erroneous registration records. This affects the identity of fellow citizens residing in another country. Likewise, it can lead to duplicated information and, ultimately, high time and cost in administrative, judicial, or notarial processes for the correction of their registration records. This problem previously required traveling to their place of origin to rectify data and obtain an updated certified copy.
The stages for the project development were carried out in accordance with the procedure established in the Innovation Management Directives and Project Management of RENIEC. Likewise, the improvement team was formed, and we used and applied these procedural methodologies and quality tools such as brainstorming and the Ishikawa diagram. The purpose was to identify and perform a situational analysis of the environment to determine the causes of the problem. Subsequently, the stages for project management were carried out. Initiation. We defined the initial scope. We identified the stakeholders. Initial financial resources were provided to the project manager. The stakeholders' expectations were aligned with the main purpose of the project. The final documents were the project charter, stakeholder matrix, and requirements matrix. Planning. We outlined the line of action or route to successfully complete the project and develop the document containing the actions, which is the project management plan and the project baseline, the work breakdown structure and schedule, in addition to the assignment of responsibilities, execution, monitoring, and control. We carried out the activities and tasks established in the planning, which were recorded in the progress reports and updates, thus fulfilling project direction. Likewise, we supervised the project's progress and performance. When deviations were identified, changes to the planning were implemented, incorporating corrective and preventive actions. Communication was very important. Project closure. A meeting was held for project acceptance and the completion of the established activities, recorded in the project acceptance and closure form. The project implementation did not require an additional budget. The institution's own resources were used, meaning the already contracted human resources from the Office of Information Technology and the Directorate of Civil Registry. The project was designed and developed using 12,280 man-hours.
Currently, the implementation process has 3 stages: the pre-implementation stage, the implementation stage, and the post-implementation stage. In the pre-implementation stage, we handle requests from the Ministerio de Relaciones Exteriores, who determines which consulates to implement. User accesses are created, and configurations are performed remotely on the PCs of these consular offices. In the implementation stage, we connect remotely and conduct training for the consular officials on the use of the system. In the post-implementation stage, we address inquiries from consular officials through various channels such as IP phone, email, or mobile phone. To carry out the implementation of this system, we have had to adapt to the working hours of each consulate, according to their local reality. A special case is Milan, where we have a 7-hour time difference.
A simultaneous application had to be developed, similar to the civil registry system already created for municipalities in Peru. This new version incorporated modifications and variations according to the specific needs of consulates worldwide. In my experience with this team, this was particularly evident during the implementation of the Patterson consulate system, where several adjustments were made to improve access and optimize the procedures for using this tool in consulates at the international level.
A monumental step forward. The project has recorded over 9,766 automated birth, marriage, and death registration records, a figure that increases daily, generating significant benefits. Secure information interoperability. Nowadays, 49 Peruvian consular offices worldwide have been automated. In countries such as the United States of America, Italy, Brazil, Colombia, Argentina, Bolivia, Mexico, El Salvador, the Dominican Republic, Venezuela, Chile, Costa Rica, among others. It reduces potential data errors in registration records by 35% and allows for 100% data validation by comparing new records being generated online with those already in our database. This prevents duplication. This benefits both the citizen and the Peruvian state, reducing the time to register a record manually by 40%. Why? Because they no longer have to be filled out by hand. Previously, they had to be made in 2 copies. Now, everything is done online using the RENIEC civil registry system, enabling faster citizen service with a 95% satisfaction rate. Also, the registration records are digitized and stored on secure media carriers, complying with the ISO 9001 quality standard and the ISO 27001 information security standard.
Its importance in terms of sustainable development is that it is replicable and sustainable over time. RENIEC, with the aim of improving services for citizens, has been implementing business strategies focused on achieving information interconnection and interoperability, thereby providing Peruvian citizens with agile, simplified, and virtual services. In this regard, it is important to note that the automation of civil registry offices operating within municipalities nationwide has been implemented. To date, more than 2,000 automated registry offices have been established, offering online and interoperable services. The project was institutionalized through the signing of the Interinstitutional Collaboration Agreement between the National Registry of Identification and Civil Status and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on March 23, 2018. RENIEC, through the institutional strategic objectives set forth in its current strategic plan, has developed specific actions aimed at implementing the automation of civil registries. For example, its first institutional strategic objective is to improve the quality of identification and civil registry services through simplified and integrated access for the benefit of the population.